The Senate will come to order. The Secretary will call the roll.
Senator Buck. Senator Cannizzaro. Senator Cruz Crawford. Senator Daley. Senator Dignate. Senator Dondero-Loop. Senator Ellison. Senator Flores. Senator Hansen. Senator Krasner. Senator Lang. Senator Neal. Senator Wynn. Senator Orenshaw. Senator Pizzina. Senator Rogish. Senator Scheibel. Senator Steinbeck. Senator Stone. Senator Taylor. Senator Titus.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please mark Senator Neal absent excused.
Thank you. Let the record reflect there are 20 senators present. Please rise for the prayer by Pastor Leo Kruger, Valley Christian Fellowship in Minden, Nevada, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you very much. Father, we pray, and I thank you for how you have blessed our nation from the very start. God, you led our founding fathers to pattern our laws after the principles of the Ten Commandments. You led them to establish our foundation upon your word. That is the reason we're the greatest nation to ever exist. Father, I pray for every member of the Senate. I pray that you would lead them at every decision they make according to the very principles we were founded upon. Reveal your goodness and your mercy to each one of them and their families. Lord, you have blessed us as a nation for over 200 years. God, I ask you now to restore the principles that have made us great. And I pray your blessing upon this meeting in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order of Business 3, reading and approval of the journal. By previous order of the Senate, the reading of the journal is dispensed with, and the President and Secretary are authorized to make the necessary corrections and additions. Order of Business 4, reports of committees.
Mr. President, your Committee on Judiciary, to which were referred Senate Bills numbers 256, 323, and 383, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation do pass. Signed, Senator Melanie Scheibel, Chair. End of reports.
Order of Business 8, waivers and exemptions.
Notice of exemption, April 1st, 2025, the Fiscal Analysis Division, pursuant to Joint Standing Rule 14.6, has determined the eligibility for exemption of Senate Bills numbers 89, 244, 265, 312, 364, and 368. Wayne Thorley, Fiscal Analysis Division. End of notices.
Order of Business 10, introduction, first reading, and reference.
Senate Bill 452, introduced by the Senate Committee on Finance, extends the date of reversion of certain previous appropriations made to the Office of Finance and the Office of the Governor. End of bill.
Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 452 to Finance.
Senator Dondero-Loop has referred SB 452 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 453, introduced by Senate Committee on Finance, makes an appropriation to restore the balance in the reserve for statutory contingency account. End of bill.
Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 453 to Finance.
Senator Dondero-Loop has referred SB 453 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 454, introduced by the Senate Committee on Finance, revises provisions governing the State Highway Fund. End of bill.
Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 454 to Finance.
Senator Dondero-Loop has referred SB 454 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 455, introduced by the Senate Committee on Finance, reorganizes certain divisions within the Department of Motor Vehicles. End of bill.
Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 455 to Finance.
Senator Dondero-Loop has referred SB 455 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 456, introduced by the Senate Committee on Finance, revises provisions relating to the Office of Federal Assistance and the Office of the Governor. End of bill.
Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 456 to Finance.
Senator Dondero-Loop has referred SB 456 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
That concludes order of business 10.
Order of business 12, second reading.
Senate Bill 244, introduced by Senators Lang, et cetera, requires Medicaid to provide coverage of certain treatments for obesity. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows. Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
There are none.
Senator Dondero Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to re-refer Senate Bill 244 to Finance.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
That concludes order of business 12.
Order of business 13, general file.
Senate Bill 246, introduced by Senators Lang, et cetera, revises provisions relating to health insurance coverage for gynecological or obstetrical services. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows. Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
There are none. Section 10 into Section 10, end of bill.
Are there any remarks from the floor? Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Bill 246 expands the existing requirement for certain public and private health insurers to authorize a woman covered by their plan to obtain covered gynecological or obstetrical services without first receiving prior authorization from the insurer or a referral from her primary care physician to apply to certain other private and public health insurers, including health plans that provide medical care to certain private sector employees of small employers and their dependents, benefit contracts issued by fraternal benefit societies, managed care organizations, the Public Employees Benefit Plan, and Nevada Medicaid. This bill is effective upon passage and approval for the purposes of adopting regulations and performing preparatory administrative tasks, and on January 1, 2026 for all other purposes.
Any further remarks from the floor? Seeing none, the secretary will open the roll. Anyone wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the secretary will close the roll. Yeses are 20, the noes are 0. SB 246 has received the constitutional majority, is declared passed and ordered to the Assembly.
Senate Bill 292, introduced by Senator Lang, revises provisions relating to Medicare supplemental policies. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows. Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
There are none. Section 11 into Section 11, end of bill.
Remarks from the floor. Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Bill 292 allows individuals less than 65 years of age who are enrolled in a Medicare due to disability or end-stage renal disease, including state and local government employees, to purchase any Medicare supplemental policy that an insurer offers at the same premium rate to new insured who are 65 years of age and older. An insurer must establish an open enrollment period to purchase Medicare supplemental policy during a 6-month period commencing on the first day after the first month during which individuals less than 65 years of age are enrolled in a Medicare Part B coverage. The bill prohibits an insurer from taking certain actions regarding the offered policy or imposing any coverage limitation, term, condition, or benefit exclusions based on a pre-existing medical condition for any insured. The bill is effective on October 1, 2025.
Any further remarks? Seeing none, the secretary will open the roll. Anyone wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the secretary will close the roll. Yeses are 20, the noes are 0. SB 292 has received the constitutional majority, is declared passed and ordered to the Assembly.
That concludes order of business 13 and the business of the desk for this legislative day.
Very good. Order of business 16, remarks from the floor, introduction of guests. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I would love for my guest, who's here for Tourism Day, Rafael Villanueva, as well as all of those who are in the gallery, who are seated here today, or who are sitting above, to please stand if you're here for Tourism Day. In 2024, Nevada welcomed over 52 million visitors who directly spent about $56.8 billion across Nevada's economy. These are two of just many statistics that demonstrate how tourism means more in the Silver State. Travel Nevada's mission is to effectively promote statewide tourism to enhance the economic vitality of Nevada. It is a mission the division does not take lightly, as tourism directly employs more than 300,000 people who rely on it for their livelihood, and I'm one of them. Travel Nevada is one of the only state entities to generate money for the general fund each year without drawing any money from it. To learn more about the impact of tourism on our great state, I hope you all have the opportunity to visit the booth located in the lobby, as well as visit some of Nevada's tourism partners in room 3100. And we have a proclamation we'd also like to present to our partners at Travel Nevada to thank them for all the hard work they do. And please let it be proclaimed that April 1st is Tourism Day here in the Nevada Legislature. Give them a warm welcome.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. Today is Pharmacist Day in the Nevada Legislature, and joining us today on the floor and in the gallery are members of Nevada's pharmacy community. If I could ask all these pharmacy professionals to stand up. Nevada is home to more than 2,700 licensed pharmacists, over 7,000 pharmacy technicians, and hundreds of pharmacy interns that are currently in school. These dedicated healthcare professionals are here today to share the important work that they do and to speak to legislators about key bills that impact health and well-being of Nevadans. Pharmacists and pharmacy technicians play a vital role in our healthcare system, ensuring patients receive safe, effective medications, providing essential clinical services, and supporting chronic disease management, preventative care, and public health initiatives. They are often the most accessible healthcare providers in our communities, especially in our rural and underserved areas. We thank them for their commitment to advancing patient care in Nevada and for the valuable contributions that they make every day. Please give them a warm welcome.
Senator Buck.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today is Public Charter School Advocacy Day. Please stand if you are with a public charter school. Charter schools are public schools. They're publicly funded. These public schools play a vital role in our education system, offering innovative approaches that equip students with the skills they need for success. Charter schools are a key part of ensuring every student has access to a quality education. As we gather today, let us remember that by working together, we can find common ground to strengthen all of our schools. I know last session we worked hard to try and get pay raises for these for charter school teachers, charter school professionals, as they are public schools too. We're continuing that this session. Also, the past 3 sessions, trying to get facility funding to fund, because oftentimes those dollars are not funded. And out of the same per pupil dollars that charter schools or that district schools get, they're having to fund their facilities and as well as their startup costs. So looking for equity with that. This unity is essential to achieving a brighter future for our children. I also want to take a moment to express our gratitude to the dedicated charter school teachers across Nevada and all of these professionals. Their tireless efforts in shaping our children's futures cannot be overstated. Thank you so much, and welcome to all the charter school professionals that are here today, and let's give them a round of applause.
Senator Rogich.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is with great pride and joy that I introduce someone very special, my granddaughter, Carson Lawrence. Carson is a freshman at Palo Verde High School and is here as part of the Tourism Day with the legislature. Carson has boundless energy and so many talents. She is in the process of creating a newspaper with many of her friends, and we're very excited about that venture. And she also enjoys dancing and is taking electric guitar lessons and loves music, all types of music, and can never say no to any concert that comes along. So one of the other things that she's doing is she's getting ready to try out for the POM team. So go Carson, I love it. And so please just introduce yourself. Stop by her table today, say hello, and help me in saying welcome to the Senate floor.
Senator Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. President. For many of you today, it is April Fool's Day, and I will tell you, 15 years ago today, I thought it was an April Fool's joke on me after more than 24 hours of labor that I was able to give birth to a almost 9-pound baby. He does turn 15 today, so if we can give a big round of applause to my son Henry on his 15th birthday.
Senator Titus.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, I am honored to have with me Anita McLean. Anita is a sophomore at Douglas High School. Anita is a proud Nevadan with a strong interest in health care. She shared with me while we were sitting here, and when I asked her, well, why are you interested in health care? And her mom really gave her a lot of direction as a CNA, and then her mom got into hospice, so she was able to witness that transition with her mother as she progressed in her mom's career. She's also passionate about addressing the challenges faced by rural and frontier communities in Nevada, as well as improving access to care. She also shared with me one of the important things about that access to care, and she allowed me to share a little bit of her journey and her story as a juvenile. She has juvenile arthritis. And unfortunately, there is no pediatric rheumatologist in northern Nevada. So she has to travel to Las Vegas for care. These are one of the many issues that she's passionate about from a firsthand experience. Having said all of that, however, on human care, she thought it might be easier actually to be a veterinarian, so that's the direction she's going. And when I asked her that, she said, well, you know, you don't have to really talk to them, and some of those issues that we medical doctors have to deal with. So she's been on both ends of that and is hoping to go to veterinary medicine. She wants to serve Nevada's agricultural population and rural populations, but brings a lot to the table for Nevadans. So please give her a warm welcome today.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was supposed to have a guest. She may be in the audience. I'm not sure, sitting above. But Dr. Kim Regan is the Chief Executive Officer for the Sierra Nevada Academy Charter School and the Sierra Nevada Academy Preschool. Dr. Regan founded Snacks with a committee of families in 1998. Dr. Regan is the longest-running charter school administrator in the state of Nevada. She started the school because she believed in making a difference for children, especially those who might be at risk of not graduating. Dr. Regan believes in choice in education and the small school community. She developed the mission and vision of Snacks, which drives all of our work in implementing the Snacks school model based on play, meaning promoting learning and accountability in young children, which allows students to create personalized learning programs while still following state standards. She has her master's degree in early childhood education from the University of South Carolina. She received her K-12 school administrator endorsement and her education degree in educational leadership from the University of Nevada, Reno. I don't know if she's up there or not, but if she is, would you please join me in giving her a nice warm welcome? And since it is Charter School Day, I do want to say that I have 6 of my grandchildren currently in 2 public charter schools, in the Doral Public Charter School and in Pinecrest Public Charter School. So I'm a big fan of charter schools and school choice. So please give all the folks in the audience up there that are charter school people another big round of applause, please. Thank you for what you do.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun today. So first and foremost, as many of you know, we're in the month of April. It's April first, but we have been making some time for our committees to do some work, and so as we continue into the month of April, I am going to continue with using our ability to honor some of the amazing women legislators in this building, building on our Women's History Month celebration this last month. And so even though it is April 1st, we are continuing in this building that is female majority to honor our colleagues during Women's History Month and / Women's History Session, I think. So I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge the work and accomplishments of our senator from Senate District 5, Senator Buck. So Senator Buck was first elected to the Nevada Senate in November 2020 and is currently serving in her 3rd legislative session. She has served on many Senate committees over the years, including Commerce and Labor, Education, Finance, Growth and Infrastructure, Legislative Operations and Elections, Revenue, Economic Development, and the Select Committee on Redistricting and Elections during the 2021 special session. And I think that leaves maybe just 1 or 2 committees that she hasn't served on. So she is doing the rounds. In 2023, during the regular legislative session and 2 special sessions, she was the Senate Assistant Minority Leader. Senator Buck is, of course, an advocate for education policy and for improving student outcomes. She has a long career in education, starting out as an elementary school teacher in Las Vegas and eventually moving up to principal of C.T. Sewell Elementary School in Henderson, Nevada. She then, in 2014, brought that experience to the Pinecrest Academy Charter School in Henderson, where she spent 5 years as principal. Senator Buck currently serves as the president of the Pinecrest Foundation, a nonprofit supporting the Pinecrest Academy Charter School. She possesses a Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education from Montana State University and has 2 advanced degrees, a master's degree in administration and supervision from the University of Phoenix, and a doctorate in organizational leadership from Nova Southeastern University. Outside of her legislative duties, she is a mom of 4, a grandmother of 2, and an avid traveler who enjoys reading and skiing. She is a dedicated public servant who cares deeply about Nevada's children and their families. And so if you could all please join me in giving recognition to our colleague from Senate District 5. And I think no April Fool's Day would be quite complete without a little bit of fun. So you may notice that several of us are wearing these pickle pins. Today we gather for a truly delightful occasion. April 1st is officially Pickle Day at the Nevada Legislature. So long before our modern grocery stores, pickling was a necessity for survival, especially in the harsh desert climate of Nevada. Early settlers, miners, and ranchers relied on pickled vegetables to sustain them through long winters and food shortages. In the mining camps of the Comstock and the ranches of rural Nevada, a good jar of pickles wasn't just a side dish, it was a key part of making food last in an unpredictable environment. Pickling traditions also arrived in Nevada with the diverse immigrant communities that helped build our great state. From Basque sheep herders to Chinese railroad workers and Eastern European miners, many of Nevada's early pioneers brought with them the art of pickling, turning simple ingredients into something that could stand the test of time, much like their enduring contributions to our state. And of course, in more modern times, we see the pickle living on in Nevada's food culture, whether it's a fried pickle in a Las Vegas bar, a crisp garnish on a Basque sandwich in northern Nevada, or even a pickleback shot at one of our legendary watering holes. This humble preserved vegetable continues to play a role in the Nevada experience. With me on the floor today, you can go ahead and stand. I am honored to introduce to you Matt Soder, the founder and owner of our state's first craft pickle enterprise. Matt founded the Nevada Brining Company in 2014 after relocating from Virginia to the beautiful city and my hometown of Las Vegas. Since then, his company has developed nearly 200 unique brined vegetable recipes, collaborating with local chefs and restaurants to offer a variety of artisanal products. Nevada Brining Company has since expanded into major retailers, including over 70 Whole Foods locations, as well as all 118 Raley's locations across northern Nevada, California, and Idaho. Mark, it is truly my delight to say that I hope you relish the rest of your time at the legislature with us here today. So today, we take a moment to honor the pickle, not just as a tasty snack, but as a symbol of resilience, preservation, and resourcefulness. And in that spirit, let us take inspiration from the humble pickle. May we all stay strong in the face of challenges, adaptable to changing times, and always willing to bring a little zest to life. Those of you who know me or have had an opportunity for me to sit even near Senator Pazina during lunch know that I am not a fan of pickles, which I did share with Matt. But he has convinced me that with the over 200 different brining varieties of vegetables, there is one that I surely will love. So we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna figure out which ones work, despite the fact that I am not a huge fan of pickles and somehow got convinced today to definitely wear green, a pickle pin, have pickle decorations in the office, and to be here on the floor with all of you celebrating Pickle Day on this April 1st at the Nevada Legislature. If you could all please make Matt feel very welcome.
Senator Cannizzaro, before you make a motion to adjourn, Senator Titus would like to make some remarks.
Well, the good leader has put me in a bit of a pickle. We have acknowledged the women on the floor in the Senate body, but there's one woman that we have not acknowledged. So I thought it was a perfect day, seeing that her love of pickles and has been exposed to all of us, and that is our Majority Leader, Senator Cannizzaro. So it's no secret to any of us that Senator Cannizzaro was born and raised in Las Vegas. She's a lifelong Nevadan whose family's moved to the state to work in the hospitality industry. Her parents worked opposite shifts to ensure that someone was always home with the kids. And you can imagine they didn't have a lot of money, but they taught her if she worked hard and went to school, she could do anything she wanted. And what she wanted to, at an early age was to be a lawyer. As a young girl, she found her inspiration from the attorneys who frequently leave the cafe her mom worked at. In her words, she saw them and thought lawyers seemed so cool wearing their suits, carrying briefcases, and discussing important topics. Motivated by this inspiration and her parents' encouragement, she went on to earn a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Nevada, Reno, as she says, go Pack, becoming the first in her immediate family to graduate college. She then pursued a law degree at UNLV Boyd School of Law. So she's both a member of the PAC and a rebel. And I want to know, on a personal story, that as she has stated in the past, I took care of her aunt, who was very proud of her. But it wasn't just as a little age that her parents knew that she wanted to be an attorney. Her auntie knew that she wanted to kind of be an attorney and kind of be in charge from a little kid when she would visit her in Arrington. And I won't share other stories that her aunt shared with me about her. Following law school, she started out as a legal clerk and then worked as a prosecutor for the Clark County District Attorney's Office across the street from what was once the cafe that her mom worked at. As a prosecutor, she fought every day to keep our community safe. After working for the district attorney's office for many years, she's transitioned to private practice, where she continues to focus on helping people. She has been recognized for her hard work, earning the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's commendation and certificate of appreciation in 2016, the Nevada Business Magazine's Legal Elite 15 Top Attorneys in 2012, and the Nevada Press Association's First Amendment Champions 2017. Given her strong sense of public service, it is not surprising that she ran for elected office in 2016. She was elected to the Nevada Senate and is currently serving her 5th session. In 2019, in her 2nd session as a legislator, she became the first woman to serve as Senate Majority Leader. And she's held that position for 4 consecutive sessions, making her the longest-serving Majority Leader in Nevada since Senator William Raggio in 2007. And I remember the day that she was appointed to that position, and I was walking in with her from the outside, and I said, congratulations, you're going to do a good job. She has also served several legislative committees, including Judiciary, Leg Ops, and has led the Leg Commission and Interim Committee on Finance during periods. Throughout her career, Nicole has been a steadfast advocate for vulnerable communities, sponsoring legislation to protect seniors from abuse, combat domestic violence, and to remove barriers for veterans with service-connected disabilities. As a very proud product of the Nevada's public school system, she continually seeks to give back by supporting this legislation that invests in schools, provides teachers, and keeps kids safe. Despite her professional and legislative accomplishments, I have to tell you that it's pretty clear to all of us that by far her proudest role is being the mother to 3 young boys and a loving partner to her husband, Nate. Please, everybody, please give a warm.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President, and appreciation to the minority leader very, very much. So with that, Mr. President, I would move that the Senate stand in adjournment until the hour of 11 a.m. on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.